All of us have been there. There's a pretty girl in a coffee shop or at a bar, and you want to talk to her. How do you go about it? I know most guys have a hard time talking to girls or trying to initiate or maintain a conversation with them. I understand that it can feel like the end of the world trying to speak to another human being. To help you guys with this problem, I'll just start by outlining some common traits that anxious guys have around attractive girls. Having fake confidence around attractive girls means trying to impress them and not being yourself. Putting attractive girls on a pedestal, and having a rating system like a score of 1 to 10. Being afraid of rejection, seeking validation, and feeling needy. Okay, out of the 4 traits, I want you to pick one that you're struggling with the most and write it down 10 times. Now, starting today, you're going to put yourself out there, and what I mean is you being vulnerable. Try to persuade yourself that girls are also humans and they take a dump just like us and their morning breath smells just as bad. These are the things I want you to keep in mind when you're out there talking to girls. Girls can sense insecurities a mile away. When in doubt, think of your intention. You stutter less when you have the intention. Rejection is part of filtering the girls that aren't compatible with you. There are billions of things you can talk about, and being anxious will limit what you can say. 1. Look non-threatening. I know this is a tough one and vague, and often situational. It can also quickly become racist, so I will do my very, very best to keep from sounding preachy. Soften your facial expression and body language. Say please and thank you and be polite. Avoid, if possible, torn or stained clothing unless it is work gear. You don't have to be decked out in Gucci, but clean clothing that is well maintained says I care about the image I present to others. 2. When approaching a woman, do so openly and always give her an out. Feeling trapped is scary for anyone, and even in a public space, it is very easy to make a woman feel threatened or intimidated without meaning to. Take for example a scenario in a coffee shop. If she is sitting at a table near the window, approach the table in her line of sight and stand behind the seat across from her. This should put about 2 feet or so between you and her, and make her feel like she has plenty of space around her to move away from you. 3. To get her attention, say excuse me, softly and politely. Don't yell. Don't touch her or any of her things. The next phrase out of your mouth should be a non-sexual compliment. If you can, compliment her on something she owns and ask an open-ended question about it. If she's reading a book, tell her the cover looks interesting and ask what she thinks of it so far. Ask where she got a sticker on her laptop, or say that you like the color of her phone case. Avoid complimenting her body, or using the words sexy, gorgeous, or beautiful. These can all come off as too serious at first glance and therefore creepy. If you must compliment her looks, choose a larger detail that can be seen immediately. Maybe you like her glasses or think her hair looks nice that way. Tell her so. Sometimes it helps to lead with an acknowledgement that talking to strangers to women in public can be hard. Maybe something like I don't mean to bother you, or I hope this isn't awkward. 4. Pay attention to her reaction. If she leans away from you or gives a one-word answer to your compliment or question without making eye contact, she is uninterested. This is not a reflection on you as a person. This is a reflection of the fact that she does not wish to carry on a conversation at this particular moment. Respect that and leave her alone. Smile, wish her a nice day, and walk away. Do not continue to look at her. Do not go back to talk to her. Do not send her a drink. Do not pursue her in any way, shape, or form. If, on the other hand, she makes a second or 2 of eye contact, smiles a genuine smile, puts down her book or her phone or closes her laptop, or gives a long answer to her question, she is interested in continuing the conversation. Ask her if it is all right to sit down. May I sit here? Or do you mind if I join you? Are 2 great ways to ask. She may then say no thank you. If this is the case, follow step 4 above. If she says yes, or in other ways indicates that you can sit, do so and continue the conversation. Keep it light, books, movies, local events, the weather, that kind of thing. Once you are engaged in conversation with her, you can exit gracefully after 10 or so minutes or continue to talk to her. A good way to exit is to mention a prior engagement. Perhaps you're going to a friend's house or you need to work or get home to walk your dog. Offer your phone number or business card and tell her that you enjoyed your conversation with her. Make it clear that you would love to hear from her again. If you choose not to exit, when you finish your drink or coffee or cookie or whatever, tell her that you are going to go get another. Would she like one? Avoid asking outright if you can buy her a drink. To some women, this implies a contract of sorts, and it may be construed that you intend to use this to make her think she owes you something. Not that you'd ever do that because you're a decent human being. Try looking at it a different way. How do you get girls to talk to you? Unless you're super funny or super hot, standing there talking about yourself will not make a girl interested in you. Walking up and saying hi, you're pretty, do you want to go out, comes off as either creepy or desperate. Try just saying hi when you're going to walk past a girl you're interested in. If she smiles or says hi back, next time you pass by try adding how are you. Then, the next time you see her say hi again, and ask her a question to get her talking about herself. How's your day been? Looking forward to the weekend. How do you go in your exam or sports event? Something like that. Get her talking about herself. Chicks love to talk about themselves. If she stops to talk, ask her a couple more questions. Chat for a few minutes then wrap it up. Well, thanks for the chat, I'll let you get going. See ya. If she asks you a question, keep the answer brief, then wraps it up. This will hopefully show her that you're using the time to get to know her, and will also leave some mystery about you. Next time you see her, try asking her another question, to see if she'll stop and chat again. If it gets to the point where she's standing there waiting for you to ask her another question, it's a good time to ask her if she wants to hang out or go on a date. But be prepared for both a yes and a no. Don't freak or break down if she says no. Take it in your stride, like it's not a big deal, and she'll respect you for it. Toss isn't a big deal. If you make a big deal about it, you're being a weirdo. If she doesn't want to hang out or says she just wants to be friends, don't worry about it. You've just made a friend, who's a girl, and she can help you network. Because if there's one thing girls love more than talking about themselves, it's setting up their friends. Also, going back to the first hi. If you don't get a response, it doesn't necessarily mean she isn't interested. She may have been deep in thought and just didn't notice, or you caught her by surprise, and she just didn't react quickly enough, or maybe she's shy, or she may not be interested. If a girl didn't say hi back to him, he would watch where she looked. If they looked sideways or straight, they weren't interested. If they looked down, they were too shy to say hello back. Try saying hi again the next time you see her. Give her one more chance to meet you. If you don't get a response, put your time and effort into meeting someone else. You should not give a damn that the person you are talking to is a girl. Talk to her like you are having a conversation with any other friend. All in all, it makes sense. Don't try to act like another person, act like yourself. As it was already said, she might be nervous too about all this date thing and currently thinks the same as you and searches for tips.